Hello everyone, welcome to I Roll It, I Review It. Quick reviews chosen at random. To start, I need to see where I'm watching. For some reason, my camera didn't capture the entire roll, just the end. Very weird. So here it is. 2 is Amazon. Now to roll for the genre. 4. 4 is art house. Alright, another new genre. Will this be both artsy and fartsy? Now I gotta roll for the movie. 11. 11 is gonna be... What? Final Impact. A Lorenzo Lamas movie. In the art house genre. Unless the cover art is selling the wrong film, I have a feeling that the person labeling these at Amazon is seriously trolling. Alright, let's see what this is all about. Oh my god, they put a PM Entertainment movie in the art house genre. For those that don't know, PM Entertainment largely made either erotic thrillers like Sinful Intrigue or 100% action movies like Hologram Man. So Final Impact falls into the latter in that it's an action movie, although it's more of a dramatic action movie. Final Impact is from 1992 and is directed by Joseph Mary and Stephen Smoke. Anyway, Final Impact is about Nick Taylor, a former kickboxing champion who retires and opens a fight club. The club has men doing kickboxing fights and the women doing hot oil wrestling, where you can pay to oil up the women before they fight. Nick was defeated by the Evil Joe, who beat him so bad he sent him to the hospital where he had to go through months of rehab. A young promising kickboxer, Danny, asks Nick to take him under his wing, and he starts kicking his way across the country to hopefully become the new world champion. They're joined by Nick's longtime love, Maggie, played by Lorenzo Lamas' third wife, Kathleen Kinmont. This movie is about what you would expect, with a few things that were a bit of a surprise. While this is an action film, this had some of the most drama I've ever seen in a PM Entertainment film. Usually in Lorenzo Lamas movies, he always comes off looking cool, no matter what. In this, he allowed himself to look bad. At times he was a drunk, a womanizer, and a coward. The movie even showed him taking an absolute beating. A huge departure from films like Terminal Justice and Snake Eater. I gotta say, it was nice to see him playing outside of his usual roles. On a complete aside, a couple of years ago, when I was a guest at the Sci-Fi Horror Fest, I'll be there again this year in about a month, August 15th and 16th. Tickets are on sale now. Lorenzo Lamas and his fiancée had dinner with all the other guests and organizers. Lorenzo was still in amazing shape and was incredibly polite. I briefly talked to him and he seemed like a really nice guy. Although, as of my recording this, he just filed for divorce from his 6th wife. Anyway, Lorenzo is playing a little outside of his usual comfort zone, and that did make this movie stand out. It also showed some of the on-again, off-again relationship woes between his character and Maggie, which I feel may have been mirroring their real relationship, since they got divorced about a year after this movie. Without spoiling too much, you know how the movie's gonna go. The kid learns how to improve via montage. Nick wants to become a better person. Maggie leaves Nick but comes back. The kid takes a beating but keeps fighting until he wins. Although I have to say the end battle was kind of anticlimactic. Danny's fighting Joe and he gets knocked down. He gets knocked down again.
You're never gonna knock me down.
And he almost loses the fight, but then he gets up and Joe just kind of stands there and lets himself repeatedly get kicked in the face until Danny wins. It was almost like they didn't have any more time for fight choreography and were like, just let the kid win. For a PM Entertainment movie, it was way outside of their usual. There were a lot of fights, but not a single explosion. Even still, the fights were few and far between. It was more training than fighting, which was okay. The training segments were shot better than some modern action movies. Not a bad movie, but one of the weaker offerings from PM Entertainment. Final Impact gets a very mild thumbs up, mostly for trying to do something outside their usual wheelhouse. It didn't all work, but I enjoyed it enough. although it's the best art house film about kickboxing that I've ever seen. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.
I take a whiskey drink. I take a chocolate drink. And when I have to pee, I use the kitchen sink.